Hey beautiful souls, it's your girl Jarius Aquarius, and in this video we're going to be discussing general Andromedan starseed traits. So I do have a playlist if you want to go in more specifically on stars, which I'm going to be building onto this, so stay tuned of course. And the Andromeda galaxy in itself, that's going to be a whole nother video. We're going to be talking and really kind of honing in on the traits in this video only. So the Andromeda Galaxy, also known as Messier 31, the Andromeda Galaxy is the closest and the largest galaxy to the Milky Way. It's about 2.5 million light years away from our sun. It's a spiral galaxy similar in shape to the Milky Way. Andromeda contains over 1 trillion stars, more than twice as many as the Milky Way that we know of so far, right? It's moving toward our galaxy and is expected to collide with the Milky Way in about 4.5 billion years. So this really gets us in to the first trait when we really talk about Andromedan starseeds, is we understand that, okay, the Andromedan galaxy is the divine mother consciousness, while the Milky Way galaxy is the divine father consciousness, and they are eventually going to merge. So we can see this, within, without, as above, so below. We're all trying to, reach this divine union with our inner feminine and inner masculine. And a lot of Andromedan starseeds, they're naturally just in divine union. And let's just go ahead and jump into this, because I'm getting ahead of myself. This is so exciting. I'm also an Andromedan starseed, so this is just a real exciting one. This resonates with me. If this resonates with you, give this a like, a comment, and share obviously to anyone else you feel like is a Andromedan starseed. So let's get into it. So on a cosmic role and essence level, a lot of Andromedan starseeds are participants or were participants in high councils of light, ancient souls with guidance around manifestation and purpose. So the Andromedan galaxy is way more sped up than our galaxy, okay? So a lot of Andromedan starseeds, they come here and they're just like, we can deal with patience. Patience is a virtue. That's something I've heard a lot in my life, and it's something I was not blessed with, right? I've heard that, but really it's because we're so used to this, we're in natural rhythm with universal law and omni love, where we want something, we get it instantly. We're not in lack ever. So act as interstellar diplomats and peacekeepers. They're naturally traverse dimensions through dreams, astral projection, and energy work. And they bring forth new paradigms that anchor consciousness and harmony on Earth. Everything they do serves the bigger picture in future timelines. Thank you so much, Andromedan starseed. So spiritual intelligence and psychic gifts. So this is in general. Again, it's not all going to resonate. Takes what does, leave what doesn't. So a lot of them are going to be clairvoyant, clairsentient, telepathic, precognitive, and empathetic, okay? And they're going to be born with multidimensional sight. So these are going to be your mediums. You're probably going to have a lot of paranormal activity in your life and things like that. It's not uncommon. They receive precognitive downloads about the collective evolution in general. So let's say maybe you had a dream and you're dreaming about Trump or Biden or whatever, and something plays out, and then you're watching the news about 3 months later, and then you're watching it and it feels like deja vu almost, oh, I've seen this before, I've heard this before, because you probably have, because you have very precognitive dreams, prophetic downloads, okay? They're deeply in tune with energy fields and auras and elemental forces, okay? And they are here to really integrate parallel soul aspects in multidimensional lifetimes. Because the Andromedan starseed soul is going to be interdimensional, and they're going to know, they're masters at intergalactic, interdimensional travel. Let's just say that, up there. So down here, you guys can be really good at seeing through the veil, seeing through the thresholds, picking up on the energies that other people can't, maybe even seeing sacred symbols and light language and things like that, So creative expression and mission, because the Andromedan starseeds, they're all about, sovereignty, free will, but how can we extend this to others? That's their thing. I've mastered this, I've mastered that, I understand that it's amazing to be independent, but I also understand there's a way to extend it. It doesn't need to always be all for me, right? So they're ethical and original creators, and they're guided by their soul purpose. They channel creativity into healing and artistry and spiritual teaching. They're natural sound healers, musicians, and dream weavers. So when I think of an Andromedan starseed, I think of Doja Cat. And if you look at her album cover, Planet Her, or her album pictures from that, because I remember I used to love Doja Cat back in the day, right? Before we got this version of Doja Cat, right? But anyways, but no. Seriously, she gives me straight Andromedan vibes, okay? So use guided meditations, movement, and voice activations to help you really channel in and hone in on your Andromedan soul aspects. Of course, there's so many other things you can do to also connect with your Andromedan soul aspect as well. So they're environmental stewards, and they're working for sustainable coexistence. So they're not just thinking about themselves. They're not just thinking about here and the right now. They're thinking about future. How can I help the future? What can I do today that's going to sustain, that's going to help the next person, that's going to help generations to come? Okay? And a lot of them are cosmic midwives, initiating higher awareness and integration. So career and lifestyle themes for the Andromedan starseed generally, right? It often leads to multifaceted careers where technology and creativity is expressed. And a lot of them, a lot of times if you're an Andromedan starseed, you find yourself in a career where you cannot channel your self-expression, you cannot channel your creativity, you cannot, you are not sovereign, your free will gets dampened in any way. You may be somebody who hops through jobs a lot, and hey, that's okay. I'm not judging you because I'm speaking from experience here, you know what I'm saying? If it doesn't call, if you're not able to really be yourself, express your individuality in your job, express your creativity, you're probably going to feel very unfulfilled, and you could probably even get depressed and things like that. Okay, but these are also going to be your lawyers, people working in the social justice systems like cops, correctional officers, just holding peace, right? Still holding peace. Designers, right? And these people can even be into designer clothes. They can even like the luxury. They're definitely here to live life to the fullest. The Andromedan starseeds are, and you can find them being life coaches, especially once they, awaken their DNA and they understand what works for them. They're gonna want to help other people, and they're gonna want to share this with others too. Okay, and they're drawn to advanced technology with spiritual applications, and they're attracted to designer aesthetics and unique self-expression. So the Andromedan starseeds, usually, especially if they have that's mostly a lot of their soul signature, right? That's a lot of their soul. I'd say they have a lot of Andromedan aspects, right? That's what I'm getting at. They've had a lot of lifetimes as an Andromedan starseed. You'll notice that they have a very unique, individualistic style that's theirs. It can be really, girly. It could be edgy, earthy, gothic, whatever. They have a style, they have an aesthetic, and they stick to it, and you know them for that, or you know them, they're well known because of that. Let me say that, okay? Their work always weaves soul ethics and service. Okay, so relationships and energy balance. They embody a balanced feminine and masculine energy, like I said before, so they can even come off a little bit androgynous in their appearance, like physically, or just with their energy. So really, they're just in divine union. Let's say you're not, and you're an Andromedan starseed. Maybe you're here to karmically, in a way, you're karmically called to come back into divine union with yourself, because Earth is a school, and it offers the perfect opportunity for that. Experience love beyond the human space, and they're used to omni love. So like a lot of starseeds, you could probably feel, maybe I don't have the best of luck and love and things like that. But here's the thing: is anyone here on Earth, if you come in divine union, whether you take on the male skin suit in this lifetime or the female, or whether you're both. You know what I'm saying? When you have your divine union of your inner feminine and inner masculine, and if you really want a divine counterpart in physical form to come into this life, and you work with your guardians, if you pray, however you say, right? You demand, you command, however you do it, right? You manifest into your life, you can. It's just the belief that you will, and know you will, okay? So stay open-minded, because Andromedans are all about that, and they inspire others to be open-minded, to be themselves, to not really care what people gotta think or say. Like, you may mind what people say, but you may be really known because you're just uniquely yourself, and people love that. You're raw like that, you know? And you guys act as mirrors and teachers in your relationships. So their higher purpose and collective impact. So these are going to be your activists for consciousness, social reform, and spiritual freedom. They understand duality very well. And they understand that there's always two sides to the coin. So they're perfect, mediators, or you could find yourself, if you're an Andromedan starseed, where you're always having to keep the peace. Just your mere existence, really anchors in peace, which is beautiful. They promote individual sovereignty as the foundation of collective harmony. So they understand that once we all wake up and we understand that we're divine co-creator sovereign beings, and we take our power back, they understand, like, that's going to be the end to the reversals, right? They're here to clear outdated belief systems and serve as energetic conduits. And they understand that time being linear is a lie. They understand this very well. They view time and space as fluid. And this also helps support multidimensional awakening to all that come in their presence, people they reach, they talk to, things like that. And okay, so let's wrap this up. So they're holistic thinkers, ethical beings. They're technologically intuitive and spiritually advanced. They're anchors of cosmic justice, karmic equilibrium, and compassionate action. Whether subtle or bold, their presence elevates the world around them. And again, they anchor in peace and harmony and balance. So you are very needed right now, Andromedan starseed. I see you. I hear you. Stand up. Omni love, absolute healing to all you guys. If you guys would like a starseed chart reading, I am offering a summer sale. It's going to go on all summer. Use COSMICORIGINS, all capitalized. You get 25% off, and I think it total rounds to $41. But I'd be more than honored to give you a starseed chart reading so you can really pull back them layers and unlock your multidimensional self and understand yourself a little bit better, So I love you guys. Until next time.